Today we are just admiring the new Tata Sierra from the outside and the inside. We can't access any of the features today. So today is a perfect time to talk to the man who's led this design from the beginning. I'm speaking with the head of Tata Motors Design, Martin Uhlarik. Martin, welcome to Carandbike.
Thank you.
The very first question I have for you is how easy or how difficult was it to not follow the original Sierra as a set design template?
Yeah, it was exercise in making the right choices, what to mimic, what to follow, and what to ignore. The original car, it was an inspiration point, but at the same time, it's not a rehash of the original car. It's a reinterpretation of the spirit of the original car, but in a thoroughly modern design.
Right. And would it have been easier to recreate the Sierra as a 3-door, or do you think it's easier to do it as a 5-door?
Probably would have been easier as a 3-door, to be honest, but it wouldn't have the mainstream appeal that a 5-door has. So we felt that the 5-door as a business is the right way to go. And at the same time, but still make sure that the side view doesn't look compromised, that it has the right, DNA graphically and so forth, which we put a lot of challenges.
Right. Before we move to the side, I want to talk a little bit about the face. The face of the Sierra is a little bit different from what we've seen from Tata SUVs in recent times. So what was the logic behind having it this way with the black applique running across the width of the car?
Yeah, the whole car is very linear, very horizontal, nothing superficial. It looks very planted, and I kind of like the simplicity of it. When the design team came up with this idea of this basically black rectangle as an upper grille, and then this sort of bull bar skid plate graphic, whether it's the cladding and then the skid plate itself. This super simple. It's almost like, why didn't you think of that before? Sometimes design can get too overthought, too much things happening. I sometimes think the simplest solution is the best one.
Right. And just talking about looking at the vehicle in profile, now you've of course tried to recreate the magical appearance of the 3-door Sierra this time, and you've employed a few clever touches in terms of styling.
Yeah.
But you've also had to maintain a thickness of pillars.
Yes.
I've noticed on the B pillar as well as on the C pillar.
That's
so
right.
Is there something that you had to bear in mind while changing those designs?
Well, yeah, the B pillar is almost the signature graphically of the original one. Make sure it's not too thin. It has to have a certain thickness. It communicates then what used to be the original wrap over glass. But this is a drop glass. There's visibility. There's how do we make this glass drop? I wanted it to look as flush as possible. I wanted this surface and this surface to be almost consistent. So we had to put the seal into the actual door. We had to make this offset almost the same. And this is a glass piece that's mounted, instead of a traditional C-pillar. So all of that actually communicates the graphic. But again, to achieve that is a lot of engineering, a lot of design work, a lot of manufacturing challenges, but we all got it done together.
What were the sort of compromises you had to make from a design versus manufacturing standpoint when it comes to this particular section? Because we understand that having a full side window would have probably been an issue from a production and manufacturing standpoint.
I don't see any compromises, actually. This was really like a lot of work done by the design team, and every line, every section was interrogated and done, redone. We're talking 2 to 3 years of already having a design direction and working it. It's like a samurai sword. It's a lot of repetition to get it right. So it's exactly like what we wanted.
Right. And at the back, I have a question which a few viewers have also posed. Why don't we have a tailgate mounted spare wheel? Was it a conscious design choice, or was it driven by something else?
No, it was a conscious design choice. It was a decision that we made as a company. This is a traditional lift over. If I put a wheel on it, you wouldn't have to have the hinges on the roof. It would have to have a side mounted door, and then it would have a very different look. And we said this is a much more mainstream. We're not making a classic SUV that's really rugged. This is a far more mainstream product. So it was a decision to make it in this form. We had a nice sketch which had this floating spoiler in the side view. I liked it. I thought it made it look more modern. And in many ways, like I said, I didn't burden myself too much with the original car to the point where it's restrictive. It's a forward-looking design.
Right. You have the infinity light bars front and back.
Yes.
But we spoke about illuminated logos last time.
That's right.
Did you consider having it on this, and why did you not go ahead with those?
Just wait a couple of months.
So Martin, even on the inside, what I've noticed is you've wanted to create different textures
Yes.
on the dashboard itself, and it's also got a lot of depth to it. So what was the rationale behind that?
Well, I wanted to make the interior less imposing, a lot of feeling of space, very airy, open, lots of glass. And then in terms of the dashboard, I wanted to break the surface up, not just have a wall like I would say older cars have, but I wanted to have this like almost like one step, which is soft. It's emphasized by the speaker, the sound bar. And then there's, I would say, the traditional instrument panel is secondary behind the infotainment.
That's very interesting. I didn't know this was a soundbar because
this is a speaker.
Right, because the moment I saw it, I thought it was just part of CMF, and this was just a fabric
No,
insert.
this is a pure functional speaker. It's like a Bluetooth speaker in your living room, and we decided that the interior is a shared experience, shared space. So music is a great unifier. It's like going to a concert. You're all experiencing it together. So I can play a song and you're going to go, oh, I love that song. Or you're going to go like, oh, you listen to this? But we're going to have a conversation and we're going to experience it together. And then you're going to play a song you like, and then we're going to enjoy the trip.
Right. Are there any Easter eggs inside? Because I did spot one over here, which has the GPS coordinates along with the silhouette of the Sierra.
Yes.
But are there any other Easter eggs that people can look forward to?
Yeah, the customers and yourselves are going to have to like do a little bit of searching, but we hid as many. We're always asked about that. But on this one, I said, we got to hide them as many as possible. So whether it's the avatar of the Sierra, which is the horse, whether it's the coordinates of the plant, whether it's the coordinates of the design studio, there's tons of little hidden gems, topography, graphics, little messages throughout the car, just to have fun.
That's a task that Martin has left us with, which we will get to surely when we drive it in December. But if you enjoyed this conversation, remember to give us the thumbs up. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Martin.
Thank you.
Pleasure having you with us.
It's good to see you.
And if you think somebody else would enjoy watching this conversation, then remember to share this video with them.